HIV.
You want to talk about the HIV and Cat Williams.
Right.
So, and then I wanted to approach it from, okay, how did you contract it?
My third husband.
Wow.
So when I was a young girl, I went to school in the Desire Project. I went to Robert R. Moulton, right? And then when I was a young girl, I went to school downtown too. I went to McDonald's 16 in Apple Wickham.
Yeah.
You could cut this off me wiping my mouth.
Yeah.
So when I went to those schools, when I went to the school in the Desire Project, my mom used to go to work. My mama used to go to Molars for help, going to school and going to work at Tulane Medical Center. I used to be sneaking outside, sneaking in the hallway, and they had this guy. We used to be in the hallway and stuff like that. He was my first boyfriend as a little girl, first boyfriend. Well, that's my boyfriend, kindergarten and all that kind of stuff. So he wound up going to jail. So I'm not going to tell his story. He wound up going to jail. He wound up being in jail for like 20-something years, like 27 years, something like that. So one day I was at the mall and I saw his mom. And I remember because she was a school teacher. And when I saw her, I said, hey, miss, I'm not going to say her name. So I said, hey, miss, and I said, how your son? And she said, oh, he all right. And she told me the story about him being incarcerated. And she said, I said, well, give him, if you ever talk to him, tell him I say hi. And I said, just give him my number, tell him call me. So I gave her the number, and he wound up calling from jail. And I was single then, and I wound up going to see him in jail, and I started going to see him back to back. And when he got out, we wound up getting married when he came home. And he didn't tell me he was HIV positive at that time. And then when he told me, I think he told me, because I want to get it right, he told me before we got married. Yeah, he told me before we got married.
But not before you guys were intimate.
No. So once he told me, when he did tell me, I still, once he told me we hadn't already been intimate, so I still accept the fact that once I found out, when he told me, I decided to be with him once I found out I had it. When I found out I had it, I was like, we might as well be together now. You know what I'm saying? But I got checked two or three times before I was positive. Because when I got checked, she was like, no, you don't have. What made me get checked is he was sleeping around. And he was sleeping around and he wound up getting burnt or something like that. And when we went to the doctor was like, can she be in the room? And he was like, yeah, she could be in here or whatever. And she told him that he had got herpes or something like that. Or something. I know he had got a disease like that. And when she told him he had herpes, I was like, and to be honest, I never had a disease. I never had a disease like a venereal disease in my life. So I was like, so what is all that? And she said, it's all right to talk in front of her. And she said, it's a blood disease. And I looked, and I said, so. And she said, well, I need to check you like that. And I was like, okay. So at this point, he already got HIV. He already have HIV. But he looked good, fine, nice looking and everything. You can't even tell. So she did a blood thing this time, because she only did the other way you check, and you can find out if a person really positive through their blood. So they draw the blood and stuff like that, and you have to wait and for the test results come back and all that kind of stuff like that. So when we went back, that's when I went back, because we went back like in a week. So she told me I was positive in front of him. And once she told me I was positive in front of him, I gave him the look. I was already mad when she told me that he had the other disease or whatever. So I still had chose to be with him or whatever. But as he started messing around with other females, I chose like, nah, enough is enough. I'm about to put this out there because if it was just us, it would have been us against the world. Once you decide to go outside and start messing with other people and they don't know nothing about it, now I'm gonna expose you. So once I saw him with other different females, I call the females, I would tell them, and it's like, oh, you just mad and this and that, and you just mad that he don't want you and all that. That's why you. I said, okay, I'm just mad. So I put it out there, and that's what made me leave him alone. And now he started messing with drugs.
What was harder to deal with, being confined to a wheelchair or when you found out you had HIV?
Well, the wheelchair, that's like a piece of cake to me. The HIV, it didn't really bother me as much as I'm like, damn, I'm already in a wheelchair, and now you done added on something. It really didn't really bother me because I didn't really know that it was something that you can't really get rid of it. I just thought it's a disease that they give you medicine and stuff like that, and you be good. Until she told me that this is something that you got for the rest of your life, and you know. And when I found out the real everything like about HIV, I was like, oh wow, this is serious, you know. But I accepted, and I'm like, well, you know, we gonna be together. In my mind, long as you and I together and we don't die together, we good. But what really, really hit the hardest is that when he chose to go out there and be with somebody else, now I gotta be stuck with this.
You fight it on your own.
And right? Fight it on my own. And then anybody, in my mind at first, I'm gonna be with nobody that, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't put it out there now, you know? But I'm good now, whether I be with somebody or not, you know?
And it's not like just for, as I wasn't gonna touch up on it, but just for educate people real quick. It's not, having the AIDS virus and having HIV is two totally different
Yeah,
things.
and I hate everybody like, you know, people that's not educated, or they got the AIDS and this, that. Right. You know, I had an argument with somebody on social media, and she was like, oh, she full-blown AIDS. Never been. I am very undetectable. I was taking the medicine. I was taking like 2 pills a day. Now I'm down to the shots. I take the shot once a month, and now I'm gonna be taking the shot every 2 months. That's because my T cells are where they're supposed to be. My viral loads are where they're supposed to be. I take care of myself, you know, and I cannot pass HIV on to nobody else because I take care of myself.